Drop the music down here and we can go live. I'm gonna get the stream pulled up on my TV in front of me here, as I always do. And then we will get to it. Yes, I hear you, Gene. It's a lovely day outside, so I opened the doors for the animals and now they're having a ball. I didn't realize we were on that camera, not that camera. Whatever. Welcome. Good morning, folks. How is everybody's Sunday going? We're getting a bit of a Sunday earlier stream for those folks who are not US based today. Last night while streaming, working on the LDO Voron 0.2, somebody asked, hey, can you do an earlier stream for Europeans? So here we are. That and Steve will be live at 1 p.m. today, Eastern Standard Time, so 10:30 here. Well, that's earlier than I've been doing, so. Maddie, welcome! Been up since 5:30. Oh, I feel you. Yesterday was an early start for me. Have to wait for tomorrow. Yep, understandable. Okay, we're back to the Trident today. I'm still waiting on some parts for this, but we can make some progress on it. The electronics panel, the bottom panel for this, should be in tomorrow. I don't know if I'll get a chance to work on it tomorrow. Ruby comes home Tuesday, and I want to do some house cleaning since she's been gone for a week, and I haven't taken care of things as much as I would have if she was here. Might just be me. I'm getting a good feed on my end. Well, I've got... I am unsupervised. Why do you think I've been streaming for like 20 hours this week? I did the math this morning. As of this morning, I have streamed 17 hours in the last week. So, and after this stream, it'll probably be either 19 or 20. I think what we're going to work on is putting the bed in. I don't know if we're going to put the actual bed in yet, but the bed frame anyway. Might just mock up the bed. Because there's some modifications I want to make to the bed. We'll talk about that. And I think we'll probably put the tool head together. That way I've got some of the stuff that needs to be wired in place, so I can start planning out the wiring runs and all of that. I have them pretty planned out, but I think that's what we're going to do right now. I'm going to try reloading. Yeah, sorry you're having a problem. Like, on my end, I've got gigabit internet, so I really shouldn't have any issues. OBS and YouTube both tell me I have an excellent connection, so... We had Zombie Hedgehog look at your new studio layout for inspiration. Love it. 10G internet here. Jeez. I get 2 gig. They've upgraded my neighborhood now. I could get 2 gig, but then I would have to upgrade my entire home network. Yeah, YouTube streams can be ridiculous. It really is. It's hit or miss, for sure. I would have to upgrade my whole house to 2.5 gig internet if I got 2 gig, or 2.5 gig networking if I got 2 gig internet, and that would be, that would add up real fast, so I just have not bothered. Haven't bothered, because our house isn't small, and if I replaced every access point and every router and everything I have in this house, it would get very expensive. Wasn't a problem as much yesterday. The crapshoot of YouTube, unfortunately. Okay, I'm going to pull up the instructions for the Trident quick, so we can move on with bed assembly. Projects. Printer builds. Try to have a decent file structure for maintaining all these projects that I have going, so I can keep track of things. Manual. Open with Acrobat. Interesting mouse. Looks like it should be a trackball. Yeah, it's a vertical mouse, so it keeps your hand, like, if you if you take your arm and you'll do this, you'll notice the two bones in your forearm actually cross over each other, and that creates a pinch point in your arm. It's not good ergonomically. So this keeps your arm a little straighter up and down, and when you work as much as I do, yeah, RSI issues, exactly. When you work on a computer as much as I do, they are extremely helpful. I started using this thing like 5-6 years ago, and it has absolutely made a physical difference for me. Where the hell is Acrobat? Here's the problem with having so many screens. I don't know where I just opened something. Okay, got it. Boop. Alright. Microwave. This is something I dislike. Something I loved about Mac when I had a Mac in the studio. On Mac OS, their native PDF viewer remembers where you left off. So if you close a PDF in Mac OS and then you open it again later, it'll open right back up where you left off. Adobe Acrobat, the program that makes PDFs, doesn't do that. So I have to go work my way back and remember, okay, where was I? I gotta get to the bed frame stuff. We've got the belts on. We did that in an earlier stream with the 9mm belts and carriage. I talked to Vitali, and Vitali is working on a 9mm belt setup carriage. So hopefully we will be getting a 9mm. I will be getting a 9mm belt setup for this at some point, but as of right now, I don't have it. Okay, here we are. You use Edge and it remembers where you left off. Okay, that's good to know. I put dashes in file names to remember where I left off, or things, and yeah. Can I play Helldivers with this? Is a good question. I play Cyberpunk with this, the vertical mouse. I game with it. It's not like, if I was trying to play competitive gaming, it wouldn't be a good time. But I don't. I only play single player games, so it's not that big a deal. Alright. Bed frame parts. Actually, one of these is bed frame. The other is gantry. I think this is the gantry. Looks like it. That's the gantry. Alright. This printer has a Pi, right? Yes. The main board this printer is getting is a LDO Leviathan, and the Pi actually mounts to the board. So that's the Pi. Pi 4 mounted right to the board right there. So, yep. 48 watching, only 12 likes. Come on, I got up early for you folks. I didn't really get up that early, but you know, yeah. Yeah, it looks sleek. Like the Leviathan board itself looks sleek, and then the Leviathan board looks sleek, and then I had this Pi that somebody gave me at ERF that came with this heatsink on it, and I was like, oh, I have the perfect Pi to put on this build. Yeah, that heatsink on the Pi really matches this build nicely. Like a regular, just green PCB Pi, they should really make black PCB Pis at this point. It's 2024. We should have different colored PCB Pis. Now the question isn't, can the Pi run Clipper? It's, can it run Doom? Of course it can run Doom. And you just gave me a great idea for a project. Or for a joke in a project. Thank you. I've got a very soon upcoming project on the channel where I'm going to be I'm going to be using a Pi and a screen for an upcoming project. Hit like, need to help get channel monetized. Thank you very much. We've technically crossed 4,000 hours watch time, but then YouTube seems to calculate that differently for some reason. I have no idea why. But thank you for the support. Might the heatsink on that Pi interfere with the cable? Yes, it will. The cable that runs the on the Leviathan runs the Pi, yes, it will interfere with it. So that cable, there's a connector, a JST connector right here. Change camera angle. There's a JST connector right here, and then it comes with a really, I think probably a little too short cable that goes to the GPIO pins on the board, and this heatsink does interfere with it. But what I got is, to use it, I got a GPIO extender. So I got just basically a breakout board thing that sits on top of the GPIO pins and puts them a little higher. I might have to rewire that connector to be just a little longer to make a smooth angle. Don't know. Maybe streams count for less hours. Potentially. I'm waiting to find out what YouTube... I reached out this morning to ask them what the deal is. Because as of this morning, this channel has 4,800 watch hours, which you need 4,000 to be monetized. But according to YouTube, I only have 2,700. Under the tab where you you apply for monetization, it says I only have 2,700. So I'm like, how do I have 2,100 less hours? I don't know. Time to spam some shorts for more watch hours. Those add up so slowly. And actually, shorts watch hours count differently. Shorts watch time is counted in a separate category specifically for that reason. And you need like 1 million views on shorts or something to become monetized. Like, it's a significantly higher burden to become monetized. Yeah, YouTube thought of that. Okay, we got our extrusions here for the bed frame. Yeah, I just bought some like cheapy extender. I haven't tried them yet, so I can't guarantee it's gonna work, but I can't see why it wouldn't, other than the wiring might need to be a little longer. Let me see if yeah, here's what I got. I got a 20 pack of these things. Yeah, it is a 20 pack. Boop, I'll drop it in chat. I got a 20 pack of these GPIO extenders. Or wait, that's not what I got. Dope. I got them somewhere. I must not have gotten them off of Amazon. I did get GPIO extenders. That's not them. The ones I just dropped in chat are like GPIO pins for error. Brain fart. I forget. Will rewatching old streams add to watch hours? I don't know. And that's the only thing I can think. The only thing I can think is that maybe people rewatching streams doesn't count. I don't know for sure. Is anyone having problems seeing the stream in Firefox? It worked fine for me when I switched to Brave. All right, that's a good question. Yeah, I don't know. Gonna go put some unboxing and benchy vids on in background. Thank you. Okay. Bed mounts I'm gonna be using. We're doing kinematic bed mounting. I got the Whopping Orchard ones from Fabrico for this. Fabrico provided these for this project, the kinematic bed mount setup for this thing. So, yeah. Excuse me. All right, where was I at? Waco mounts, not worried about that right now. The G extrusion, I need to put a 5/16 in. Where'd I put all my hardware? That's the V0. I don't know where I put all the hardware for this. I cleaned up so I could work on the 0, and I forget where I put the screws. Here they are. Here they are. That's the problem with switching from one project to another in stream, or midstream, or whatever. I think I need to move windows here so I can see the manual and chat at the same time. There we go. All right. M5 by 16. Little Loctite on this. Little Loctite on this one. In here, in here it goes. And this slips onto there. Okay. Did I put tools away? No, I didn't. Not all. All right, now I need 175 millimeters from the edge to this bed frame. That's too far. Or is it should be... Nope, it's 200 because this is a 300 millimeter build. See, the instructions don't say that on this page. Usually they're good about saying, you know, add 25 if you have a 300, add 50 if you have a 350. They don't call that out on this page. Oh well. Good thing I got a brain. Alright. 201, 199. Alright. That absolutely moved, and then when I hate when that happens. I hate when you tighten something and it goes back where you don't want it. I hear a meow. Yeah. Gene. What you doing, kid? You want to come hang out with chat? Alright, 200. 200 each way. Hi, Gene. Get that good and tight. Hi, kiddo. What's up? Now I gotta look at the... I'm streaming too much. I'm blowing my voice out, I think. Which I'm surprised it's taken as long as it has. We're on the 5th stream of this project in 1 week. So, hi, Gene. You want to come hang out with chat? Yeah? Yeah. Bunk. Zelda! I hear another cat. I hear another cat. Oh. Alright, I need the instructions for kinematic mounting on a trident. I just want to look at them. I've got to largely have the concept down. It's not my first time installing them, but... Okay. The M5 and M3 stay in the channel, so those do need to go in. Cool. That's what I needed to confirm. You said you're unsupervised. Looks supervised to me. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. I've got 4 supervisors while Ruby's out of town. What are you doing? You're going to walk on my keyboard now like a typical cat. Just stop stepping on the keyboard. Okay, it's running fine now. Okay, well, glad you figured that out. Like Charlie and Steve build, yeah. Time to deploy the decoy keyboard. I need M5 roll-ins. M5 and M4 M3 roll-ins. Rest in peace, Charlie. I actually only met Steve after Charlie had already passed, unfortunately. Alright, there's 6 of those, and I need 3 M3s. My shop cat has confirmed orders without my approval. Okay, sure. At least Gene just asked a big question. I don't know what the question is, but I know the answer is 42. That's what matters. I don't know what the question is, but I know the answer is 42. I know the answer is 42. Nuno, welcome! Alright, these face opposite of each other. The M5s. Yeah? What are you yelling about? Why don't you go play outside, kiddo? Why Trident backbone slightly tilt toward it? It's an optical illusion. It's an optical illusion. It doesn't. It's straight. See if this angle looks any bit different or better. I don't know. Not really. I mean, you can tell. You can see like it's lined up with that. You can tell this back extrusion. This back extrusion is lined up with that extrusion from that angle. So. Got 5 10-minute benchy vids and 5 Mark IV unboxings on a loop and mute. Thank you. Thank you. Alright, M3 goes this away. Nah, I don't think they'll count. I think that probably won't count too much. I have a feeling. I think your one IP address is what they register. So they probably all register as one stream each. I would bet, but I don't know. I don't freaking know. Because if it was that easy, people could create like a server farm and just, you know, and just watch time, watch time, watch time. Not that I don't leave my own videos playing for the cats, so. Sir McSquishy, anybody running a RPi 4 for Clipper? Most of my machines are running RPi 4s on Clipper. Most of the machines I have on Clipper. A VPN, true. You could VPN each one. Oh, it literally tilts it to the backside. What you're thinking of, it doesn't tilt in the Trident manual or Trident. It doesn't tilt. What you're seeing is that the back extrusion where the motors mount is slightly inset from the back edge of the frame because the belts have to run behind that. But this support extrusion is all the way to the back of the frame. And so like where the back extrusion that the belts run past, let me see if I can kind of show you real quick. Sorry, Gene. She's under my feet. Yeah. Let me show. Yeah. Switch camera angles. Boom. There you go. So the belts run back past here. And the extrusion is flush to the back. And with the 9mm belts, I actually had to take a corner off of this extrusion here. I had to like cut it on a chop saw to clearance it a little bit, or else this belt would have rubbed on that extrusion. Nizo, hello. Yeah. Okay. Switch back. Is there a benefit? Let me. What are you doing? She's playing with something on the floor here. All right, troublemaker. Get back up here. I can keep a better eye on you. Is there a benefit to 9mm belts on two-wheel drive? Yeah. I mean, 9mm belts are going to grip your pulleys better. So you're not going to have to worry about belt skipping as much. They're stronger, more rigid, and have less stretch overall. Way more rigid, yeah. So there's less stretch. You've got 50% more belt holding the tool head in place and pushing it around. More so pulling it around. So there should be a clear benefit. We'll find out as we... Cat, better stream already. We'll find out when we get this together. Hopefully I'll do a stream where we'll start tuning it in, and we'll see some live input shaper graphs and see how good it is or isn't. Clipper adaptive mesh is super easy now. Yeah, I haven't done it yet. I haven't set it up yet, but yeah, catfished. Hey, I know what gets views on the internet. Cat. I know what gets views on the internet. Cat. Right, Jean? She's like, whatever. Scarf seams. I haven't been playing with that yet. I really need to start playing with that, but I haven't yet. I want to look at the LDO instructions, make sure I'm not missing something here. Yeah, I'm so glad they brought camp into mainline Clipper. It's such a good idea. My only concern, 10 and 10 running, thank you. My only concern with going from camp to inbuilt Clipper is I just want to make sure that my auto Z calibration doesn't get messed with. Boron, what do you think? Gene, look at the camera. Look at the camera. I want to get a picture of you on stream. You silly. Alright, I gotta look at the LDO instructions, make sure I'm not missing something here. Because they do things differently. I had somebody hit me up yesterday complaining about the LDO instructions, and I need to reach out to Jason. They really need to do something about, like, rolling everything in to like, LDO really needs to pay somebody. LDO really needs to pay somebody to redo the Voron manual to include their own stuff. Only tested the active flow compensation. That's a little buggy. That's been working out pretty well for me, actually. The problem is that LDO has supplemental instructions, but the way they do their supplemental instructions is it's a page on their website where they're basically like, when you get to this point in the manual, don't do what the manual tells you, do this. And in my opinion, they should really just get somebody to edit the doc, the Voron doc, to be an LDO doc and just replace that page or update that page or whatever. They got Kagi to do some of their own Voron Zero Kirigami docs. Yes, that was good. I used that yesterday on the stream. That was good, but there's no reason, like, even Seabor, the first Seabor machine I built, the first Seabor Zero, they didn't do it with the second one I built, but the first Seabor Zero I built, they did that. They took the LDO, not the LDO, they took the official Voron Zero instructions, and anywhere that they had something different, they replaced that page with their instructions. So you could follow their version of the Voron Zero manual, and everything you needed was right there to tell you how to build their machine. Now, when I built their Voron 0.2, they didn't do that. I understand it's time consuming. I just really think LDO should do it. Because, like, here, I'll screen share right now. Like, if anybody isn't familiar with LDO, like, this is their build notes. Like, when you get to page 17, do this, not that. When you do page 48, skip this. Like, these are things they really... It's rough bouncing between the LDO docs, the LDO guides, and the GitHub. Can be rough. Absolutely. And I mean, at least they have this information. Others don't. So, that's a thing. But, yeah. Okay. Where was I? I'm on page 149, 140. Bed frame, sure, for 300, it's 200 millimeters. Yep. Use 3x20 for bed mounting. Okay, I'm good here. Tripped me up a couple times on my LDO Trident. Yeah. And then when the manual changes, whoa boy. Yep. Can't get anything from LDO in Mexico. That stinks. Jason's based in LA. That's... You'd figure he could figure some way getting stuff across the border. Seaboard changes their kits too quickly. By the time documentation is finished, it's already outdated. That kind of makes sense at this point, yeah. Okay. I need a pair of M5 roll-ins here. Where'd I put the roll-ins? What'd you do with them? What'd you do with them? Here they are. For the 0 docks, the wiring guide is the same for the 0.2 and 0.2 R1, from what I can tell. So occasionally, when it links to stuff, it goes to the old GitHub. I ran into that with my 0 that I'm building right now too. Ballistic. I printed 1 or 2 parts for that build off of the 0.2, not the 0.2 R1, or I missed 1 or 2 parts that I had to print yesterday. Carrie, welcome. That I had to print yesterday because I had forgotten that. So yeah, that absolutely can become confusing. Oh, are you the star of the show? You're so regal, you stupid little cat. Let me switch cameras to the obs bot. Gene. I wonder if the animal tracking works. I don't know. I've never tried it. Oh, it picked her up. I think it did. Gene. She's just going to sit pretty. All right. Weirdo. All right. Mandic Labs is now a cat channel. Yeah. I mean, Mandic really is going to become... Mandic really is going to become a little more cat focused in the future. I mean, I don't think a lot of people have ever noticed, but my logo sign has a cat in the middle of it, and that is based off of Jean here. We call Jean our little alien cat because she's gray and she just has like this little alien face to her compared to our other cats. So we call her our little alien cat. So I actually have a mascot for the Mandic Really channel. You can go now. Just leave Gene with us. I have a mascot design, but I've never... You know what? This is the Mandic Labs channel. Who cares? I can show you. I have a mascot that has been designed, and I just need to... I need to hire an animator and get it done. Share screen here. Bloop. Is Jean the alien cat, a little mad scientist kitty cat, based kind of like the idea is it like Brain from Pinky and the Brains. She does have beautiful eyes, so yeah, that's the idea. Jean the alien cat. So I want to start rolling that into Mandic Really videos as a little sidekick animated character to put into videos and just kind of be silly with. I've just got to find an animator to work with and whatever to get them rolled in. Where's... Nah. Dr. Horrible Jack. Yeah. I've got one of those too. I just never wear it in videos. Multicolor 3D print benchmark. Eventually, we want to have like printable designs of her. Well, the alien cat is of them because it's an alien. So eventually, we want to have, and also plushes. We'd also like to get plushes eventually too. So yeah, I got to start rolling that into videos soon. M5s. Okay, time for the kinematic mounting. Okay. I'm not going to put the bed in just yet, so we're going to start with these parts, the bed frame mounts. Good morning! Stream starts, little animated cat can push the startup screen to the side. Yeah, and that's the kind of stuff I want to do. I want to do exactly that. Like, in Mandic Really videos, like when I have graphs up of like maybe details or something, like Gene could be in the screen pointing at them or whatever. Or like just interacting with me in videos. That's exactly the idea. That is exactly the idea. Bardicus, welcome! So, we'll see. We'll get there. I need the G5 EC bearings. This is not motion. Belts, chains, fans, maybe? Nevermore. Nope. Need motion stuff. Nope, this is the V0. I got 2 LDO builds going at the same time, so I'm getting crisscrossed with my parts. Crisscross applesauce. I don't know where my parts are. Or wait. No, this is them. No, this is them. I'm wrong. This is the 2 point. This is the Trident. I'm back and forth on those bed mounts. Do you believe they're useful? I honestly don't know. I've never tested it myself. I have them on my 2.4, but I've always had them on my 2.4, so I don't know. I look at it as I print at higher temperatures on a significantly regular basis. My bed is rarely under 100 degrees Celsius, personally. So there's going to be thermal expansion there. Giving it somewhere to go just makes sense. Does it really make a difference? I don't know. Okay, so these go on here. There's a little... If I can see the camera. Well. So this is the back mount for it. It'll get a pair of dowels down here, and then the bed will actually ride on those dowels, so it can expand and contract a little bit. That, if anybody's not familiar, that's what a kinematic bed mount is about. It gives the bed thermal expansion room. So as it heats up and cools down, it can expand and contract a little bit and not be constrained. Because Voron's, the Trident and the 2.4, they hard mount the bed. I've got stock Trident bed and no issues. Yeah, so like, I don't know. Does it really matter? It's probably overkill. And I don't love the idea. On my 2.4, I lose like, I think it's upwards of 6 to 10 millimeters of Z build height because it sticks up a little bit higher. I don't think it's as big of an issue on a Trident because it replaces the bed mounting frame parts. But I think you still lose a hair of height. That's part of why the next 2.4 I want to do. I want to use a 350Z assembly so I don't lose build volume on the Z. Kind of like Nero's... if this is going to be a mostly ASA printer, yes, this is mostly going to be an ASA printer as well. That's what I use almost exclusively these days. But with the auxiliary part cooling on this one, since this is going to have the Zoll with dual part cooling fans and then the dual auxiliary part cooling fans, I think it'll still be a decent PLA printer with the doors open. So this one should be able to pull double duty, but it will mostly be an ASA printer. Okay. M3x6s. I think many miss the note about not tightening the 4 screws. That's true. Make a tall boy. Yeah, I'm Nero's tall boy build. That's the next one. I want to get some taller Z extrusions so I can build a tall boy. It's not really going to be tall. It's just going to be slightly taller. Just curious, how will those motor cooling fans get cool air? Are they just going to be warm chamber air? They're going to be hot chamber air. They're just going to be hot chamber air. They're going to be drawing air from down below the bed probably most of the time because I don't print tall that often. Taller boy, yeah. But they are just going to be blowing warm air. I may have to eventually go water cooling on this. I don't think so, but we'll find out. You have to remember, think about a hot day. You know, a hot summer day in your room. You're sitting in your living room on the couch and it's hot. You turn on a fan, you still cool off from airflow and the natural evaporation of your sweat on your skin being blown away and evaporating. Fans in a warm environment still provide a cooling effect. So it'd be better if it was cool air being drawn from outside, but that would cool down my chamber temps. So I want to use black hardware. The Kinematic kit comes with pretty stainless hardware. I want black. 30 videos and streams playing. Well, we're going to know if that does anything by the end of this stream, I think. We're going to know. Zelda, what are you doing? I hear another cat. I hear another cat calling. Oh. Haha, I see what I did there. What's the big deal about the Zoll toolhead? Lighter. The reason that I chose to go with Zoll is that it's lighter. That was my deciding factor personally. My deciding factor was that it's lighter. Significantly lighter than Stealth Burner. So much so that I just couldn't ignore it. Chamber is normally below 60°C, and motors can get as hot as 100 or 80 or 100. So cooling motors are not a problem, and it will help chamber temps. I mean, yeah, that's part of this too, is blowing across the motors will provide some chamber temp improvement. Lighter, more rigid, more part cooling, and more ugly. Yeah, that's pretty much the definition of the Zoll. I think that's the, isn't that like the tagline or something? Oh. Apparently there's one way that these line up. I did not realize. Oh, look at that. There is. Yeah, okay. There's a spot, there's a point that put these together, and there's a point that holds the bearings in. It's way too small to try and show on stream, I think. But there's two different sets of 3 holes. And I started with the wrong ones. Meow. Yeah. What's up, Zelda? My other cat is just outside the door, but she doesn't want to come in for some reason. One of my other cats. We got 3. We have 3 cats and the dog. Are you just going to sit there all stream, Gene? If your chamber is at 70 degrees and your motor's at 150, you still have an 80-degree difference. Gonna make a difference. Totally. And I don't expect the chamber to be that warm. I mean, the chamber on my 2.4 really only gets to like 45, 50 degrees Celsius. So, generally. Oh, there you are. Hi, baby. Come here. Come say hi to the stream. Your sister's loving the little star she is right now. Having fitment issues with my Dragon and EVA. The heater cable is fouling the bottom ducts. Wonder if Zoll would fit better. What machine are you running this on? This Ava tool carriage usually is others like Rat Rig or Mercury 1. I don't know if Zoll, you'd have to adapt Zoll to she's bathing in the attention. Yes, she is. Jean is just about this today. Jean is the star. I know this. I've always known this. What you doing, Zelda? Okay. Ooh, that's going crooked. Mercury 1 converted Ender 5 Plus. Yeah. So, Zoll is designed to work with, how warm's the chamber on Machete? I don't know about the new one yet because I haven't unboxed the new one yet, but the X-Max went up to 60. And that's all I'm expecting out of my next 2.4 build. The next 2.4, the Doom Cube build that I'm going to do, is actually, I'm using the chamber heater for that from the Cheaty X-Max. I ordered one. It was like $25 from Cheaty Tech to get an X-Max chamber heater, which has its own thermal fuse and cooling fan on it. Or, well, cooling fan, heating fan, blower. Come here. Oh. Come say hi. No, you don't want to? Say hi, Zelda. Hi. Here's a fun fact for you. These two are sisters. They came from the same litter. But Jean is a petite little gray American Shorthair. And Zelda is a potato. We love you though, right? We love you. That's my princess. She's daddy's girl. I can't wait to see your door melted off. Yeah, I know. Everybody in the Voron world, you know. Oh, no chamber heating, no chamber heating. Well, I'm doing it. It's getting an extrusion mounted door. Insulation. She's definitely daddy's girl. Yes, she is. It took her... Ruby and I have been together for like 3 years now. And it took her until a couple of months ago to warm up to. In a litter, kittens can have different fathers. As I've heard that as well, and I'm fairly sure that's true. Get some tempered glass. I'm either going to go polycarbonate or tempered glass on the on that build. Yeah. Foam board insulation, yes. Rigid. I can never pronounce it. It's not the standard stuff. The stuff that's flame retardant. I forget what it's called. We have exactly the same thing with two sisters. Princess. One's a princess and one loves her food. The funny part is, when you walk by the food bowls, this one is the one that's at the food bowls all the time. Probably just R5. So just 20 millimeter thick. I'm going to be using 40/40 extrusions and Doom Cube corners for that build. So it'll be 20 millimeters of foam board, or really 19.05. 19.05 because it's 3/4 thick foam board, and then probably a layer of like foil insulation, and then probably painted black or something to hide the fact that it's just ugly. Let me look up what it's called. Lowe's sells it. Not polystyrene. Polystyrene is not flame retardant. I have not found my Doom Cube. That's it. I can't pronounce it, but Thunder Keys just said it. That's the stuff. P-I-R. Yeah, that. That's the stuff. So, no, I haven't found the Doom Cube corners yet. I have 300 millimeter Doom Cube corners, but I want 350s. Just redid my Trident with half PIR and 3 millimeter foam. Cool. That's the stuff. I just put one of these together wrong. Where do you want the link? I found 350s. Rad. Twitter's the easiest, I think. Yeah, unfortunately, I gotta look if I can enable allowing people to put links in the chat. My printer's insulated with R15 fiberglass and backed with PIR. Cool. She is a chill little... She's just... honestly... Almost, if you ask PIR in Slovenia, you'll get a beer. This week, she's mostly, like, she's been here each stream this week, but she's usually sleeping on the couch. Just off the frame. The couch is over there. She's usually sitting on it. I look up from the screen to the screen, just see the cat gazing at you. She sees into your soul. It's a slippery slope. What's that, insulating? My biggest worry right now is the electronics box. We'll get the bots if you have enough people. Yeah, that's the problem. Like right now, links would be fine, but if this channel grows, you're right, it would be a problem. So it's kind of why I haven't really looked into it, because I'm like, it's gonna happen. Like bots always show up. They always do eventually. Go ahead. Jean's done. She's got her moment in the sun. Go ahead, kid. She's had her moment. Don't claw at the carpet. Okay. Kinematic continued. See, this shows the G5C bearing being recessed. Ah, it goes in from the other side. That's why. I wonder if you threaded ends of the extrusion screwed in and then anchored them, if you could raise the height and add new Z rods. Well, these motors have the Z's inbuilt. These are inbuilt Z rods. I mean, increasing Z height on a printer is the easiest thing to do. Like, it's pretty darn easy to do. If you wanted to do this one, you just need taller corner extrusions, or yeah, you could probably add to the top of these ones longer rails and longer rods, like linear screws, lead screws. If you had motors that didn't have inbuilt lead screws like these motors do, you could just use a coupler and a longer Z rod. On the 2.4, it's literally just longer extrusions, longer linear rails, and longer bearings. That's it. Or bearings, belts. So, not that big a deal. Like, wasn't it Emily the engineer that made like a 10-foot tall Ender 3? A couple months ago. I was thinking about taking the inside panels from an old oven and cutting them down for panels. I mean, yeah, insulated already. Yeah, she did. Yeah. The bigger deal is how much of a pain in the ass bigger printers are. Yeah. Did you see Joel made a whole cart just for his Giga so he can move it around? He made a whole like tool cart just for his Orange Storm Giga to live on, so it's not like stuck in one spot. The joys of having a bigger space. I want to build a bigger printer this year. Double wall insulated panels. No. For the 2.4, I'm just going to have foam board insulation and like ACM outer panels. So it'll be, you know, 4 sides of it you won't be able to see in. You'll only be able to see in through the front. You need to reuse things coming from a HotRod mechanic background. That makes sense. The door is going to be insulated that way because I want to be able to see through the door. I'm going to do a double layer panel setup on that. So that's the way the door will be insulated on that build. Is it won't have insulation, but it will have double layer, either polycarbonate or glass. Or maybe it might just be a polycarbonate inner panel and then like acrylic outer. Yeah, that's what's up with the wacky trend printers you can fit in. Dr. D-Flow. Yeah, Dr. D-Flow has that huge one that he built with the... I want to see Giga print lac table enclosure in fun colors. That's a fun idea. Doom Cube Micron from DFH is what I'm thinking with double layer. Okay, I need a couple more of these. Watching Uncle Jesse build his was a trip, yeah. I love Clayton always ends up with like hitting his head and dropping stuff, and he's so fun, that man. I can't get a printer bigger than a 350 Voron. It won't fit through the door. that's absolutely an issue. I'm looking at building something bigger. Lineo does double panel for clicky door mod. Oh, that's interesting, because I'm going to be putting click clack on my 2.4. I've already got a kit to do that. He wouldn't have as many issues if he wasn't wearing Crocs. I'm going to tell him that. What was I going to say? Dropping stuff like the K1 Max. That was kind of not his fault. That thing should have a stop on it or something. No, he dropped the gantry for the Giga. He set it on top of the machine and it fell through. Still worked, so. What was I thinking of? Oh, it is still kind of funny. It's totally funny. I like that he gets the joke. He doesn't get irritated that people are like making fun of him or making fun of the problem or whatever. He gets it. He's a professional. He knows what he's doing. I can always tell when somebody is like used to being on camera and really good on camera. He's really natural on camera. Because they'll like anytime anything goes wrong, he just stares at the camera. He doesn't bother to like freak out or whatever. He just knows this is a moment. I need to own it. Like, he's really good at that stuff. How's the Trident going? Lotus, I just saw you commented. Going good, going good. Yeah, that is one of the problem with bigger machines, though, is fitting it. Somebody said something about anything bigger than a 350 Voron, you can't fit through the doorway. Yeah, that's absolutely a problem. I'm lucky my studio is a garage. It has a garage door, so I can go in and out with things, but I can't, there's some stuff I can't take into the house once it's put together. And that's a consideration that has to be made. Like, if you build a bigger machine, you might end up if you build a Giga in your living room, it might live in your living room now. Just how it is. All right, 2 out of 3 of these. 400 V core fits, 500, no way. Yeah. I really want to get a bigger machine going this year. I think Grant had that with his Prusa XL. Yeah. I'm trying to remember. I know the Prusa XL. I built this bench based off Prusa XL measurements. Not that I'm getting a Prusa XL, but I built it so I could fit one. I was like, well, if I'm going to build a bench and like make sure it's going to fit like a bigger machine on it, which is it's part of the consideration. I was like, I should make sure it fits something that I know is bigger, a Prusa XL. Doesn't have the largest build volume, but it is the size of the machine is pretty big overall. Had to reactivate your Twitter account. Sorry. Should have the link. Thank you. Sorry to make you do that. That's... We'll need to fit a Milo. Yeah. I'm starting to get to the point where I got to figure out where the heck things are going. I'm starting to run into some space constraints here in the studio, and I got to figure it out. Because I need to leave enough open space to work on projects, and it really starts to make things difficult after a little bit. That really starts to become difficult after a little bit. Okay, now we've got our kinematic mounts put together with the spherical bearings in them. Then the tools become projects. Yeah, or then you end up spending so much time moving projects, moving tools just to work on a project, you waste so much time. Okay, attach the bearing holder to the bed extrusion with the flatheads, or not flatheads, the it includes some countersunk screws in the hardware kit here. Countersunk screwses. The amount of times you fail to check, you're not sure if you're made of flesh anymore. I feel that. I feel that. I often question whether or not I'm actually a robot. Alan Warwick, you finished your first 2.4 a little while ago. Named it after you. Your colors. Thanks for the contributions to the community. Thank you. Appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. Always nice to hear somebody appreciates. Thank you. Hope you love your 2.4. I mean, really, you could call it... You've got an excellent name there, so you could just call it Alan's Voron. It would still be named after me. And you. All right. Get these on here. You want to build a 0.1 R1 or 0.2 R1 and would like to use cookie CAD filament. What colors look good? I mean, I love the unicorn. I think at the moment they only really have unicorn and dark magic, what I used for my build. So that I think is all they have right now. The dark magic doesn't show up very well on camera right now, but it's gorgeous. It's a gorgeous color. It's hard to see. In person, it looks beautiful. On camera, it's a little more difficult. I'm on garage cleanup starting today. I need to clean out the garage just to find toolboxes. I feel that. I've been slowly picking at the studio all week. I've been slowly picking at the studio shop all week, and yeah. Seems the Cookie CAD site is really hard to navigate. I agree with that. I agree with that. I gotta talk to Nathan. They kind of need to do a bit of an overhaul, I think. Yeah, it looks like they only have Dark Magic ABS and might only have Dark Magic ABS at the moment. Maybe they sold out of we're working on a new filament site. Okay. Check it out and let us know what you see. It looks pretty much the same, Nathan. Oh, no, it has better filtering. It has filtering. Yeah, they could stand to update this a little bit. I mean, part of the problem is Cookie CAD in the EU. I think they're working on getting over there. That was part of... They came to Smurf, and I think that was part of the reason they came to Smurf was to, like, work on that. Just a single page of filament, no search or nothing. They seem to be working on a new site. Let me... I'll drop it in chat. This one's a little better, but it still needs work. Yeah. Part of the problem is that for the longest time, Cookie CAD only sold PLA. So a single page worked, you know. If all you're looking for, if all they have is PLA, all they need is a single page and you just see all the colors and that's it. But now that they're branching into PETG and ABS, I think they need to work on that a bit. I know they were talking about trying to get into Europe and Britain when we were, don't care, at Smurf, but I don't know if they've achieved that yet. Okay, this rear mount. Oh, see, this uses M3. This is confusing. This looks like it's all M3 screws. Leave the M5 and M3. Is this back supposed to be all M3, not M5? I am confused. This doesn't... The instructions are missing something here. Assemble the bearing retention portion of the rear mount as with the front mounts. Before attaching to the extrusion, though, oh, okay, so I've got to put this in here. Where the heck is this screw? Comes with one M3 countersunk. I'm having trouble seeing it. I don't see it. I don't see it. I don't think my kit... there it is. It's just smaller than the rest, so difficult to see. So why are there M5s in here at all? It's glitchy though. Yeah, it's a new site they're working on. That's a new one they're working on, so I'll let them know that you folks are having trouble navigating their menus and such. Give them a little feedback. Okay, this is just wrong. That's all there is to it. This is not how this should be. This is just not correct. Okay, this is my rear piece. So, the instructions for the kinematic bed mount do not say use 3 M3 U-nuts. Yep. They don't tell you, they don't expressly tell you that you take out these M5 roll-ins and put in M3s back here. But that's what you do. They don't tell you that's what you do, but that is what you do. Okay. So if I do that, how do these line up? Not well. Well enough. Yeah, that is a detail that's a little not clear on the instructions. I was thinking about getting a 20-ish gallon compressor to run a plasma cutter, but they're all expensive near me. I would say a 20-gallon compressor is not going to be enough. A plasma cutter is a very high consumption, continuous draw item. And I'm not aware of any 20-gallon compressors that are going to have enough flow. You're going to be like cut, wait, and I mean like minutes to pump back up. I have a 25-gallon tank compressor here in the studio, and it's barely, 80-gallon minimum 5 horsepower. I would agree. I would agree with that. The compressor I have in the studio is way too small, but it was cheap and easy, and I just didn't feel like investing a couple $1,000s into the compressor I really need yet. The one I have right now, I can run, it's like a 20-something gallon with like a 2-horse motor, maybe. I forget, like a 1.5, I think. And I can run a die grinder for like a minute, and then I need to wait and let it catch up. Even 80-gallon, you're going to be running out if you're cutting a lot. Agreed. 80-gallon would be good if you're just doing like cut, reset, cut. If you're just like continuously cutting, 80's not going to cut it either, yeah. But plasma cutters draw a lot of air. A lot of continuous draw. Okay. So I gotta stack these together. I had to put that screw in first because you won't be able to access it later. M3 by 8s go in here. I'm just gonna use these. That doesn't seem long enough. Where are the M3 by 8s? Oh, where my calipers are. Has a problem when I clean up. Yeah. I didn't think I put them away. That's an 8, but it doesn't seem like it's long enough. Yep, you need a good dryer system. You do need a good dryer system because moisture with air, with a plasma, will kill it. It'll burn up tips real quick. You'll be consuming consumables before you know it. Come on. My entire air system when I was doing auto body and painting was around 10K. Sounds about right. Did you have a good chiller dryer? All right. Okay. Get those in there and pretty tight. All right. There's the back kinematic mount together with the rods inside of there. Dial versus digital caliper and wire dial better. Dial are more precise, but dial are more precise, but they rely on the human, and human error will cause issues. I use digital because I'm lazy, and what we do when we're working on stuff, anything I do, I'm not a machinist, so anything I do, 3D printer stuff, working on fabrication on cars, it's not that critical. Like, when I work on cars and I was building custom cars, I was working in 1/16ths of an inch, 30 seconds once in a while, and that was fine compared to with the effort that a lot of folks put in, you know. So, like, my dad comes from the world of framing, you know, construction. So to him, 1/8 of an inch are a small unit of measurement. Which always drove me nuts. Okay. M3 by 14s. Why is M3 by 14 such an uncommon size? I find it to be a very useful size, but like no hardware kits come with it. I know machinists that use digital now, but theirs are calibrated. Yeah. I mean, they're also not buying $20 Amazon special ones, I'm sure. I would say Stare It, but Stare It just got bought out by by a private equity firm like everything else in this world. So it's quite likely Stare It's going to be going down in quality. Quite likely. Okay, I want to put a little Loctite on that. They always skip from 12 to 16 in packs. Yes, they do. 14, 18, and 22 are so hard to find. Yeah, 14's the one that I could use the most, and I just don't. I should really just order. I should really just order in like a 50 pack or whatever from McMaster Car. But then I don't want to do that because part of the problem is when I design things, I try to avoid having people making people buy stuff when I design. I try to work with as few things being required to purchase when I'm designing. So me saying, hey, go buy an M3 hardware like pack, that's easy. You know, $20 M3 hardware pack, you're working on 3D printers, you should have that. But if it doesn't come with 14 and then I have to tell you to go buy M3 by 14 separately, that starts to get into the territory of where, like, I don't want to do that. I want it to be simpler for people, so I probably shouldn't buy them, so I don't end up doing that. Okay, now I put these corners together. Same as socket sets, always one you need missing, yeah. Just printing skirts for the 2.4 and doing heat sets while soaking up knowledge. Awesome. Sounds like a great time. Love to hear when people are chilling out, working on their own machines while they're hanging out in chat. Just need to link to a master set that has all the sizes. Yeah, but it's finding that master set and it not being like a overpriced master set. When you can buy a decent stainless hardware kit off of Amazon for like $15, if the master set comes with 14s, the IXL multi M3s off Amazon has 14s. Okay, time to buy a bucket of 10 millimeters. Where did I just put my calipers? No, directly in front of me. Working on salad fork. Fun. I just put my arm in Loctite. So I will Loctite this screw off my arm. Working on my VZ bot. All right. Would be working on your VZ bot if you weren't at work. Well, thanks for joining in from work anyway. I'm at work too. I think after this stream, because this will be... After this stream, I'm going to go lay down and watch a freaking movie and actually rest for the first time this week, I think. I think I'm going to torture myself and watch Madam Web. I did watch, while I was working yesterday, I let a movie play, and I watched Argyle, which I heard really bad things about, but I didn't think it was that bad. I mean, it's not a good movie by any means. Like, it's definitely not a good movie, but I like cheesy action movies sometimes, and it delivered on that. Anyone got ideas, potential popular models trying to get an X1C through Maker World? I got nothing for you. I got nothing for you. My designs haven't been doing so well lately. I need to get back to trying to make some more popular models to help my help the folks who resell my designs and such. Trying to decide how overkill an Octopus Pro will be on an Ender 3. Might be time to do Ender 3 NG with the board replacement. I mean, yeah. Articulated dragons. They're too much work for me. That's not my style. Not my style. I wanted to play around with some articulating designs, and I really should. But I had some other ideas about what I would do with that. Hey chat, just 50 likes. Thank you, 3D Print Master. I'm using an Octopus 1.1 on my NG. Alright, hey, you're not the only one. I think I'm probably going to put, when I do the NG, I'm probably going to put the Manta the Ender 3 Manta in it, the E3 M4P or whatever the heck, I forget. It's here somewhere. Just remix some useful designs that need to come in different sizes. Yeah, I mean, that's a good thing. I have absolutely been guilty of that. Like, if you have a design that might have different sizes, break them up into multiple listings, and then you get more. 3 easy. Yeah, that's it. E3 easy. Break it up into multiple listings. So instead of having all the sizes under one, you get more downloads that way. For when Independent Z is ready. Okay, that does make sense. That's a good point. Individual Z motors. Didn't want to order another board. I've got an Octopus here as well. That's a good point. If I was to consider putting independent Z motors, that is a good point. My favorite controller board at the moment, I don't really have a favorite. I like the Octopus. A plain Jane Octopus, I like, except for I dislike the CAN implementation on it because it's a little too old at this point for that. I like the SKR3. Yeah. Part of the problem for me is I try to do things different every time I do them. I try not to do the same thing over and over again. And as a result, I end up not using the same thing over and over again. So I don't really have a favorite because I'm always trying something different. I need to put one more M3 in these. Why do you use Thangs and not printables? I get paid to use Thangs. That's the very honest answer. Thangs is a sponsor of mine, and when you folks download my designs, I get paid for them. They're free to you, but I get paid for you downloading them. I started with Thangs before printables was really popular, and I like plenty of things about Thangs. I do like the user interface of printables better, but printables seems to like be buggier in my experience personally. So that always kind of annoys me. Wrong side. This side goes here. Gonna give you a little help then. Thank you very much. Yes, my downloads are free to you folks, but I get paid per download. So if you want to go download my designs, I appreciate it. Then release the Mercury 1 files. I am going to make time for that this week because I want to get those up this month for my downloads, and they've been a very requested thing. So I'm going to make time for that. Maybe I'll try and make a little time for that before I rest today. I did a Manta M8 and CB1 and CAN bus on a Trident. I had a minimal mindset, saved a lot of wiring, killer cable chains, Pi and Pi supply. Yeah, that makes sense. That's part of why I'm doing the Leviathan on this build, is it saves a lot of wiring mess and issue because the Pi mounts right to it like an M8P. Thoughts about the MP series controller boards? I haven't used them. I don't even have one. The only one I have is the E3 EZ is kind of technically part of that line, but only technically. Yeah, I just haven't used them. Madam Web or Ender 3S or Ender 5 STLs. Close call. Is it? Is it? I'll probably just put it on in the background. I usually, most of the stuff I watch, I put on because I have triple monitors, so I'll have Fusion on my lower monitor and I'll have a movie or a TV show playing on the top one. I only do PoE for my Pis, can't stand extra cables. I've got a project coming up where I'm debating doing PoE on a Pi. Probably the next video project I start on for Mandic really is going to have might go that way. Undecided. You know what? I should have lined these up before I put these in. Yep. Need to slide this one back. Okay. Okay. I'm actually running into Pi. Need to finish getting my M1.1. Just put the Zoll toolhead on it. Oh. Is there like an Ava carriage replacement for the Zoll? Somebody else was asking about that earlier. When are you going to build an ERCF2? I don't know. I have the parts to build an ERCF1. I've had the kit for like 6 months or more, and I just haven't gotten around to it. So I don't know. Okay, everything's aligned. The bed's got to go on, but I'm not putting the bed on right now. I'm going to talk about why I'm not putting the bed on shortly, but I'm going to put this bed frame in here at least. Bardicus was asking about Zoll. Yeah. It's on the Discord under the Avantis thread. Cool. Which Discord? Mercury 1 or 0G Discord or Armchair Engineering? Really want someone to build the tool changer if it just went into beta. Which one's that? 0G. Cool. Thank you. Which one's that, Carrie? All right. Bed frame time. Set this in place on its mounts. All right. What screws hold this in? M5 by 16s. Voron India community. All right, haven't heard anything about that. Haven't heard anything about that. All right, M5 16s. I need M5 nuts in these corners. It would be cool if there were more Voron toolheads designed for 4028 part fan. I'm using one on my VZ bot and it blows air like crazy. Yeah, I'm surprised we don't branch out to more fan sizes. Like, there's so many fan options out there and we kind of get stuck into like a few options that everybody ends up using. I'm kind of surprised by that. I have some 60-15 fans I was thinking about using for something, but then I realized that like only GDS Time really sells 60-15s or something like that. And so there weren't really many fan options that I could find. So that became an issue. Will you build a Phoenix at some point? Not anytime soon. I'd love to build one, but I do not have the space for it in my studio. I just don't have the space for a Phoenix. So until I get a bigger space, is pretty much, I won't be able to build one. I can't justify it. Love to, but I just don't have the room. Why aren't you going in? Go in your home. Next layer! Welcome, Jonathan! Just dropping by to say hi. Welcome. Thanks for stopping by. If anybody didn't see, I was on Jonathan's podcast, like, what, 2 weeks ago now? I was the first guest to be on more than once. Great episode. I had fun. I'm glad. It seems like we had a really good response. So, are there any printers in the house? Are there any printers in the house? Oh, I heard the podcast is the only reason I got here. Awesome. Love to hear that. Are Are there any printers in the house? Or are they all in the studio? There is one printer in the house right now. Ruby's P1S is in the house. Yeah, Ruby's P1S is in the house. And that's it. Yeah. There'll probably be some more in there at some point, but if you're looking for good stainless hardware, use a Team KNK Mega Bag for RC crawlers. That's good to know. A lot of RC crawler stuff is really a lot of RC crawler stuff is starting to become a lot more useful in printing, I've noticed. Oh, fuck, I got this upside down. I just realized this back mount's upside down. Doe. Doe. That was dumb. Link to the tool change on Twitter. Thank you. I usually get rid of the small fans from motherboards and put a big 200mm fan. Jeez. I've got a 200mm floating around here somewhere, but I think it's in my fan drawer. I picked up some really beautifully quiet, some really nicely quiet. Well, that shows you how much the bed can tilt on these bearings. I picked up some really nicely quiet, what the heck is this? How did that happen? That doesn't make sense. Oh, I put everything upside down. Okay, that's actually a fairly easy fix. A drawer for all your fans, you say? Yes, I have a for OnlyFans. I do have a drawer for OnlyFans. Yes. It is the OnlyFans drawer. I need to put a sticker on it. Maybe just get a legit OnlyFans sticker and put it on there. Yeah, I have a drawer of it. All it is fans in one of these toolboxes back here. It's the bottom drawer in that toolbox over there. Yep. Mandic After Dark. That'd be a fun one. It's like there's that chick on TikTok who has an OnlyFans that's her hearse. She has a hearse, and all that's on her OnlyFans is her car. And she like told people that, but people still subscribe and pay money just to see her car. So that'd be a fun take on that. Oh yeah, Mandic After Dark, and it's just pictures of 3D printers and fans. Or like LTT did that too, didn't they? Yeah, LTT had an OnlyFans, yeah. Gene could totally have an OnlyFans. Would it help to put an Revo hot end on your Ender 3 Plus, S1 Plus? Yes, if you run the high flow nozzle setup. So E3D does have the Sprite Revo adapter. Can level your bed for April 1st and be the one in your bedroom. That's a good idea. Jose, welcome. Does Jean have a second name? Gray. Her name is Jean Grey. She's a gray cat and, you know, X-Men. Her name is Jean Grey. Or I could pull the Nero, start an OnlyFans, and just have it be Benchies. Only Benchies. Only calibration cubes, yeah. E3D has a CR hot end. Yes, but that doesn't work on the S1. The CR hot end is meant to replace a Mark 8 hot end, which is not with the Ender 3 S1 runs. Let me pull it up real quick. Boop. E3D Ender 3 S1 Revo. There it is. Okay, I'm gonna drop it in the chat in a second. They have a kit, and it's actually pretty darn reasonably priced because of the way it's only like, it's basically just the hot end, the actual end, the heater, and a part cooling fan. Copying. Anthony, welcome. I just dropped it in chat. That is both an affiliate link, first of all, but that is the Ender 3 S1 Revo hot end setup. Fuzzy Tomato, thank you for being here and for all the support. Appreciate it. I have no idea what the new E3D announcement is. They have not told me. The last couple of announcements I was aware of beforehand what they had, or I had them. Like Revo Roto, I had one, you know, before release and whatever. They have not told me what's coming next. I'm really curious. I'm hoping, my fingers are crossed for an E3D, a Revo Volcano. I don't think it's out of the question for them to make a Revo Volcano, and I would love to see it. It just needs to be a longer heater and a longer section of the Revo nozzle for the heater element. That's it. I would really like to see that. I doubt that's what it is. That's like just wishful thinking on my part. But who knows? They kind of hinted that it's something to do with Revo. Have a CR10 Smart and had nothing but problems. Yeah, I've never recommended or liked the Revo Dragonfly version's my bet. I mean, the Revo CR is really a Revo Dragonfly. I mean, Revo High Flow, here's the problem. Everybody's kind of like, Revo High Flow doesn't really flow high. Also talked with Diamondback about making a Diamondback Revo. What do you mean Diamondback Revo? They already have the Diamondback nozzles. Oh, the Revo CR doesn't fit the Dragonfly mount. Yeah, it's different enough. It's a Mark 8 mount, really. Where's that going? Oh, high flow. High flow. Yeah, okay. That would be neat. That would be neat. They made a... I don't know. You never know with companies. Companies always make a big deal about everything. Think it's going to be a Revo hot end for the Smart Orbiter. That'd be good. Creator of the Orbiter hinted at that. That'd be good. I have a Smart Orbiter here, and I've had no use for it. Like, it seems like a great extruder, but I don't have any use for it. If it was Revo, I could see using it. Last release from E3D was the Obsidian for Bamboo, and it looks like stock available tomorrow. That's good. They've been doing better about getting those back in stock. I'm running one in my X1. I love it, personally. I really like it. All right. Bed frame's in. Put the screw in. The Revo upgrade kit for the S1, yes, very easy to put in. So if you put that in with a high flow nozzle setup, you will gain flow on an Ender 3 S1. That'll unlimit. It'll give you a better flow rate. And then you'll be able to swap nozzle sizes pretty easily. If I had an Ender 3 S1, I would absolutely put one of those in. Everything expensive. Back to work. Thank you for being here, Carrie. I don't think I'm going to be here too much longer. I want to be off stream before Steve goes live. When's Steve go? 1 p.m. Checking. Yeah, Steve goes live at 1. It's 11 now. I'll probably knock off like 11:30. Honestly, we got the bed frame in here. That was the biggest thing I wanted to achieve today. and had a great chat so far today. Bed. I'm not going to put the bed in yet, but I'm going to talk to you about what I'm going to do with the bed and why I'm not putting it in yet, because there is a reason. So, bed, little under 2 hours time, yeah. 100 hours to Steve, cool. The reason I'm not putting the bed in yet is it doesn't have any end stops on it, back stops or side stops for build plate, and I really dislike that. Personally, I really like having those on my machines. And I want to drill the ends of this plate so I can do that. You know what? I want to keep going. Honestly, I've got to go to the bathroom. So I'm going to jump, put on like a quick, put music on, and I will be right back. So who knows? Hopefully a few minutes. I will be right back, folks. So I can keep rolling, because it's either I got to knock off stream or I got to go to the bathroom. That's the joys of being vegan. That's a TMI story for you folks. So I will catch you all in a few. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to drill, tap, and install washers for stops. Exactly. Like HeartK's been doing, I'm going to do that. So, all right, folks. I'm going to be right back. Music up. appreciate that. I appreciate the jeans stayed while I was gone. Good girl. Hypnocat. Good girl. She's an excellent co-host. Excellent co-host. Good girl. OCD hitting when the PEI is misaligned by a tenth of a millimeter. Yeah. So yes, as I was saying before, I stepped away to go to the bathroom. I'm going to be drilling the edges of this, tapping into it, and then use a washer, and that'll be my backstop. So I'll probably put them at these back corners. So it'll be a backstop and a side stop. So PEI sheet can just boop right into place. Excellent, right where I need it. And so I'm not going to install this right now because I got to do that. I'm not going to do that on stream because that would just go poorly and you know it. Entertaining for you, but no. Okay. It looked like she was admiring herself in the monitor. She quite possibly was. She quite possibly was. She knows she's a pretty cat. She's aware. She knows she's cute. She's not stupid. I say as she's rolling around in a cardboard box right now. Why not use the 2.4 holes to mount something instead of drilling and tapping? Because the bed's going to be so darn hot that even I would have to print really high temperature material if I'm going to print them out. I could like bend up some steel or something to make a backstop. Drilling and tapping is not that big of a deal. It's easy enough to do. I'm just not doing it on stream because trying to get a good angle on it and probably rushing as I usually do. Yeah. Need to find some good 8 or 10 millimeter aluminum plates for beds in Canada. Now I have to take the back panel on my Trident so I can do the same thing. Can always install the bed last. I intend to. Because, you know, this has the Wago mounts and everything. I can wire everything up without the bed in place and then just put the bed in afterward. So I will do that. Especially with the LDO kit, it's all set up for that. It only has these shorter leads that go to the Wago mounts and all. So I usually leave the bed out from on like these bigger builds anyway. Printed ASA stoppers on yours hasn't been an issue. Cool. I just want something that'll hold up no matter what temperatures I'm doing. ASA transition temp is 112. Are you going hotter than that? Potentially. I mean, I usually run my bed at like 105 to 110 on first layer. And 105 on subsequent layers. And something to remember, that's on my 2.4, which has the bed sensor on the top of the bed. The underside of my bed is usually at like 120. If anybody's never looked at that, the precise printer parts beds that I use and really like, usually use and really like, they have a channel in the top of the bed surface for a thermistor to be laid into. So you're actually reading the temperature at the top of the bed. Underneath the magnet, but still at the top of the bed. And I still, on my 2.4, I have the top and the bottom sensors. So I can read both of them. And when the top is at 105, the bottom is usually at like 115 to 120. Bend a couple of binder clips and stick weld. Yeah. I'm just going to drill and tap. It's fine. It'll be easy enough to do. I just gotta do it off stream. And like, I don't want to put the bed in here right now anyway. So let's work on putting the Zoll tool head together, I guess. What's the link for the beds you use? Let me look. Drop it in chat. Probably be easier to take something that small. Yeah. Yeah, like, let me screen share real quick. Boop, here. Like, this is what I have on my 2.4. So, their beds, they have that channel right there. It has the channel for the thermistor to lay into. And then it has these ears at the back edge, which you put M3 screws into, And then those M3 screws act as backstops. So $115 for the 300 millimeter. Good and flat. Nice quality. I've got a Precise Printer Parts bed. I've got beds from them on my 0.1, my 2.4, my Mercury 1, and my Ender 3. All have beds from them. So, okay, I'm going to get the machine out of the way, and we'll work on assembling this all off the machine for the moment. I'll bring it back maybe if we make progress. All right, Zoll time. Zoll time. Just as easy to see what shipping is to Canada. Hopefully not bad. I have no idea, of course. All right. So we got the Zoll tool head parts here. Printed parts. Extruder. Extruder mount. Front face, part cooling. I think they just updated some stuff. I was looking on the GitHub before stream, but we can still work with this. Okay, so the two different hot ends I just chose blue because I like blue. Metal Supermarket wants 150 just for 8mm plate cut to size. That still needed to have dural and tap. But is that MIC6? I don't know if Metal Supermarket has MIC6. Because if you're just buying plate aluminum, there's a difference between cast aluminum and extruded aluminum. Like general plate aluminum is extruded, and it's not going to be as temperature stable as cast aluminum is. Like these beds that we run are made of MIC6 aluminum, which is cast. Do you like neon cyan or darker blue more? I don't know. I honestly, cyans, I know the name cyan, but I honestly don't know what the color is. Let me look. What's cyan? Oh, I like cyan. Yes. Arguably, I can get my MI6. Cool. I always call the color on my logo and like my 2.4 teal, but it's really cyan. If you want to get technical about it. Okay, so the two different hot ends that I have for this right now, I've got this Slice Volco Mosque. It's a genuine Slice Mosquito Magnum with a Volcano heater block on it. So this one I have, and then I have the Dragon UHF. So the UHF Dragon setup. I think I'm going to put it together Which one should I put together first? I mean, it doesn't really matter, but I don't know. I got to put them both together, I guess. So let's just do it. Let's just work on it. I don't know if I have enough inserts at the moment for it, though. I think we'll put together the UHF first. I think I want to try out the Dragon UHF first. Oh, those are nice wires. Got a right angle. I picked up a right angle Volcano 70 watt heater element. To make my life a little easier putting this all together, I think. Let me get this out of here. The local 3D printer shop doesn't want to bring in Voron and VZ bot kits, so they give people my number now. Hey, good for you. I have a Fadus Rapido behind me, but I need to chop the connectors to fit the LDO board. Reasonable. It always feels awful cutting cables and stuff on products like that to fit your specific project. Like, obviously you have to do it, but then like I'm always like, yay, now if I want to put this on something else, it's... Wow, that silicone boot is really stuck on there. Okay. So here is the Dragon UHF with the silicone sock off. You can see it's It's a very similar volcano type of heater block, but then with a UHF adapter end in it and a regular rep wrap nozzle. So. Cool. Heater element. At least you know a silicone sock isn't going anywhere. Yeah, it's not like a Mark 8 one where they fall off all the time. Not like a Mark 8 one. Okay. I'm going to put a little Slice Engineering boron nitride thermal paste in here. In the bore. I want to see a meme where Gene drawing can has can board. That's a cute idea. I didn't even think about the meme potential of the Gene character. That's a good idea. Alright, lining the inside of this bore with a little of this thermal paste. And I'll put a little on the outside of the heater element. All right. Cool. And now I can insert this in. Oh yeah, that's going to make fucking setup so much easier. Tighten, tighten, little bit, little bit. Slice Engineering, boron for the boron. There you go. I love that stuff. I use it on everything. I put that shit on everything. I forget if I got a thermistor for this. Specifically for this. The 50-watt slice heater element. Nope. Alright. I got a drawer of them. I've got a drawer full of them. Alright, I got PT1000s. I'm going to use a PT1000, I think. Pretty sure the EBB that I'm going to use on this is a max variant. I should probably check that. Kind of matters. Because if it's not, I need to use an NTC 100K. Okay, EBB can board for this thing. Are you a max variant? You are a max variant. So it's got the max 38165. Ray, good morning. So it's got the dip switches, so I can set this to use a 2-wire PT1000, which is what I've got here. So I'm going to use a PT1000. Can, so I will. Can, so I will. Where did I just put those new ones? They're there. Do you check the thermocouple to see how accurate thermistors are? No, I don't bother. I do not bother. I should, but I don't. I lost my thermocouple for my my multimeter. I should really either get a dedicated thermocouple. You don't really need the max sensor for the PT1000. For these 2-wire ones, I don't think you do. But I have found they can behave a little funky without it. I have run the PT1000 without the max variant before. Just won't be as accurate at high temps. Yeah. So I have run it without that before, but it's just not as accurate. was off by nearly 40 degrees when you set up your... I mean, most printers are a bit off. Most printers are a bit off. What you doing, Zelda? Okay. Still more accurate than NTC. Yeah. I need to invest in it. I really could stand to buy like a Fluke multimeter. My multimeter, I've had my multimeter for 15 years. I got it when I very first was an auto tech at a dealership when I was like 20. Fuck. 18 years. I've had it for 18 years. God, I'm old. I'm getting old. Somebody pointed out not too long ago that 38 is midlife for men currently in the US. Like 76 is the expected life expectancy. And I'm like, great, thank you. I really needed that. Really needed that. Alright. NTC 100K is in... Or not NTC. PT 1000. This is always the awkward time. Aren't you happy you don't pull a wrench anymore? Yes, I am. I mean, I pull tootie wrenches. But yeah, no, I am. I don't miss being an auto tech. Midlife equals new hot rod. I'm not going to build a new hot rod until YouTube takes off a little bit. If YouTube takes off a little more and I can, you know, and it's not a constant battle to keep on top of things work-wise, then I would heavily consider it. But right now, it's a constant battle to keep on top of things. So, I want to see, does this fit through here? Now's the awkward time where I'm going to have a whole bunch of extra long wires hanging that I don't need for now. 74 Gremlin X, just because no one does them. Alright, hey, be different, be different. I appreciate that. I enjoy different for the sake of different. I enjoy different for the sake of different. Let me check if this fits in here. Okay, yeah. Cool. I don't know if that's going to interfere with the fans. The 90 degree might not have been my best bet here. The 90 degree heater element kind of goes outside of the it goes outside of the frame where there's this pass through right here for wires to come through. So I might have wanted it to go through there. I might have outthought myself here. Might have outthought myself. Overcomplicated my setup. Don't know. I might have to switch that out to a straight one, because the fan is going to be right here for part cooling, so the wires are diving right into the fan. I think I need to put a regular thermistor in, or a regular heater element in, which at the moment I don't have a different one. I've only got this one. At least I have a 50 watt, but it's only 50 watts. I want something a little heftier than that. At least 60, maybe 70 or 80. So I think we're going to put this one aside for now, and I'll just assemble this without the heater element for now. Yeah. Need the space, gotta go outside. That's the unfortunate part of projects sometimes. You end up in that situation where it's just taking up room. Well, if I'm not putting the heater element in for right now, I might as well take the thermistor out and not have to deal with the wires. So I gotta take it back apart anyway. This will be handy for the next time I do a volcano's hot end. You can go in the hot end, or the nozzle and whatever drawer. I am loving these toolboxes for my parts and pieces and stuff. Like, I've got a drawer of it is just thermistors and heater elements. And it's so great because, like, right now, I was like, oh, I don't have a thermistor for this. I've got a thermistor drawer. Done. Had a thermistor drawer. It got me what I needed. And I can move on. Building cars takes up so much space compared to 3D printers. Yep. That's part of why I moved to 3D printing content, because to build a car in the studio space, I would have been able to build a car, where I can build numerous 3D printers in the same amount of space. Okay. Put this max EBB away for the moment. What are you? Why do I have... Oh, I ordered these from Fabrico. I forgot about that. I ordered a couple of these fan splitters I totally forgot about. Yeah, the little PCB fan splitters. I needed these. I forgot about them. I almost ordered these again this week. My freaking brain. Forget myself. What's this heater element? Or thermistor? This one's unlabeled, but I think this is also a PT1000. Pretty sure. Fuzzy Tomato Head's back. Welcome. Oh. Whew. That was a really good crack. Alright. I'm just going to put this back together. It's got to come back apart to get the new parts put in eventually, but for right now, it can go together to get installed into the Zoll to get this mocked up and assembled. Which is fine. That's fine. Cool. Okay. At least that gives me visibility on what needs to happen here. What did I miss in the past half hour? I took a bathroom break and Jean sat pretty on camera for the time. For like 10 minutes. That's the largest thing you missed. Jean sat pretty on camera. That's about the biggest thing you missed. Kids! One of the cats doesn't get along with one of the other cats. Zelda, leave him be. Leave him be. Ugh. Just picking a fight. Ruby had a cat when we got together, and I had Jean and Zelda, and her cat Jekyll. Jean gets along with Jekyll fine, but Zelda does not get along with Jekyll. Have you thought about using a Goliath hot end from Vez for the Trident, and we'll get you some flow? Whoop. I considered it. It'll lose too much Z height. I don't want to lose that much Z height. I'm gonna see if I feel limited by this. Maybe I'll play with putting a Goliath on it. But the part of the point of the Trident is to be a test platform to try out different stuff. So maybe it will make sense to play with a Goliath on it at some point. But yeah, I lost one of these screws here. Somewhere in disassembling and reassembling this, I lost one of the screws for the hot end. It's okay. I'll find it, but it's not going to stop me from moving forward. Okay. I need to change out my heat press insert tool for 2.5s. M2.5s. Can always upgrade later. Well, that's a large part of the point of this platform and part of going with Zoll is that will I make it a quick change tool head? Zoll seems like, anyway, it should be easier, and I'm going to try and set it up to be kind of easy to change out tool heads, like, maybe put connectors on things so I don't have to unplug from the CAN board. It's not that big a deal to swap things around. So, okay, M2.5 heat inserts. So no, part of why I'm going with Zoll is the customizability of it. The lost screw isn't 14, is it? I hope not. I think it's a 2.5. It's M2.5. Alright, 2.5 heat press insert. tool. Zoll isn't very easy to disassemble. It's finicky. It's fiddly little stuff, but more so the customizability is kind of what I mean. Like, it's got a lot of options and an ability to swap out to different stuff. Like, if it was a stealth burner, I couldn't swap to just a different hot end kind of willy-nilly. It's been updated like today already, I think. There was an update. One thing it really could use some better is printability updates. Thought about a hermit crab, too much weight addition. Too much additional weight for too little gain. I am also too shaky of a person for these damn little M2.5 inserts. All right, 1. John, welcome. Yeah, I don't want the additional weight of something like the hermit crab, and then also that hermit crab also something like that, a tool board like that, and like an interface and all that adds more points of movement and tolerance, so less rigidity. An eruption of the volcano in Iceland. I don't know. It's starting to become an awfully common thing, unfortunately. Cool. This print, I don't know. This one section of the print, that heat press goes in real poorly. Kind of reform the plastic around it. It'd work. It's just a fan mount, but God, I am really shaky today. I need a rest day. I like how a rest day for me is stream for 3 hours, then take a rest. This build is using a LDO Leviathan board. It's going to be using an LDO Leviathan board. Nope, that was upside down. I had the heat press insert upside down on the tool. What hot end is that? It is a Phaetus Dragon UHF, the ultra high flow dragon. Dragon UHF. Feels like that hole is not deep enough. It doesn't really press in there as well as it should. I have a feeling I'm going to end up reprinting this part. I would like to draw attention to... I don't know if you can see. She's right in line with the camera from this perspective. Let me move the main camera real quick. Jean is tired of being the spotlight, so she's sleeping on the couch, or chilling on the couch over there. That's where she usually parks herself during a stream. Printing a modded Zoll for a dragon right now. Cool. Alright, where else? Let me look at the Zoll instructions. Alright, I got those in there. Now I gotta put the ones in for the fan, the face of the fan. Yeah, she's sleeping on the armrest. Or not sleeping, she's licking her paws. Might as well be sleeping. I've really got to put that heat press insert tool together. Who goes there? I hear one of the animals playing with something. Come on. Where is Jean? Coming back and now she's gone. Yeah, the star of the show took a break. She's tired. She's just so tired. Do you like the Prusa Mark IV? So far, I do. Zelda, what you doing? So far, I like the Prusa Mark IV. A lot more than my Mark III. I'm going to be playing with it more. I can tell you folks, I guess, since it's just a stream. And we're later in the stream. The next project I'm going to do is going to be a pretty physically large one, and it's going to be entirely printed on the Prusa Mark IV. The folks at Prusa kind of challenged me. We were talking about the Prusa XL, and they were like, how about we send you a Mark IV, and you just show people that you can make big stuff without having to have the XL. Just like a challenge. They challenged me to, like, you know, prove that it can be done or whatever. So that's kind of a fun concept. Like, so many people want big 3D printers, but do they need them? And I've said that many times in many videos. So it's a fun challenge to, like, have that limiting factor. I like that. Also because I have a Mark IV. Yeah, so E3D sent me some 0.6 and 0.8 millimeter nozzles for the Mark IV, so I can at least print some big layers and big lines to get it done quicker. But it's going to be a physically large project, but we will be doing a build around that soon. I really like the Mark IV. It just works with anything I've thrown at it. I was never a big fan of my Mark III. I had one, and I just never loved it. And, like, immediately out of the box, the Mark IV has been significantly better for me. I rarely ever use my Trident, 350 Trident, to print anything larger than a V0 could handle. I mean, that was the premise of that video that I did, where I said you don't need a big 3D printer. Best controller board? I really don't have a good answer for that. Every controller board has a different purpose, or it depends on what your build is like. Zelda, come here, baby. You want to hang out? You want your sister out of the bed. Is that what you want? Zelda is standing next to the dog bed right now, where Domino is sleeping, and she's staring at the dog. I want to see if I can show, if the camera will pick it up. Switch. There's my breakfast. You just can't see it. She's right, like, in the dark where the camera is. Yeah, you could just see her head as she's staring at her sister in the bed, wanting it. Apparently Sundays are for cat and dog streams. Meanwhile, my 350 feels too small. Tor, you're late. Whatever. Welcome to it anyway. All right. 1 M3 hex nut. No, this is the heat press insert version, I think. Yeah, this is the heat press insert version. Honestly, I use my 300s a lot, and 300's a really good size for me personally. But I understand. But I also legitimately feel that it's not that. I have a need for 400 constantly. Not my issue, that's for sure. All right, so I got to put in some 3mm ones now. It's so quiet I can print while working. I got to get the enclosure put together for the Mark IV. I wanted to stream putting the enclosure together this week, but I've been too busy with this. So soon I will get to that. Because I'm going to be printing that project in ASA, so I need to set up the enclosure. This is true. Bed slinger does take up a fair bit in the Y-axis because of bed slinging. Did you kick your sister out of the bed? Domino, come here, kiddo. Come here. Did your sister take your bed from you? Come on. Come here. Come here. You're the only animal who hasn't been on stream yet. Come on. What are your thoughts on the Orange Storm? I think most of the people who bought an Orange Storm don't actually have a purpose for it. Pure guess. Pure guess. And I'm really foreseeing a lot of problems with the Orange Storm Giga in the long run. I really worry that it's not going to hold up particularly well. Come here. You're the only one who hasn't been on stream yet, except for Jekyll, but... Hi. Hi. Okay. Yeah, you... Okay, you're a parrot. Got it. Dumb. Dumb, dumb, dumb. I like Salad Fork, but it's not really available in kit yet. Yeah, that's part of my problem with the printer for ants machines. Like, I'd have more drive to build a machine if... Sorry. Thank you. If they were more supported in kit form. Okay, so I'm using the VZ Hextrudort. I don't know if this uses... I don't think this needs... Yeah, this has threads on it. So this gets threaded in to here. So no heat press inserts there. Steve, welcome! Welcome, welcome! What time is it? You're going live at 1, yeah? Well, 1 my time, so... What, 11 your time? Yeah, an hour from now. Am I correct about that, or am I wrong? Oh. Fabrico's Salad Fork kit's been great. There are a few good options. Cool. Yeah, that's part of my problem with the printer for ants machines, and why I haven't considered building one is just about an hour from now. Cool. I don't want to overlap with your stream, so heat press insert in here. God, that feels so undersized. Is it supposed to go in from the bottom? It is. That's weird. I gotta take the hot end out so I can put the insert into here. My fault for jumping ahead and putting the hot end in, I guess. Are you... The dog is being pathetic because her sister kicked her out of the bed. She's just sitting here at my feet, just like staring into the void. Like I had a comfortable spot and then the cat took it. So whoever said cat and dogs living in harmony, we don't have harmony here right now. There is not harmony here. There's also 2 beds, dog. You could sit in the other one. Okay. One insert in. Cats are jerks. Domino, come back here. Let me get your other bed. Here you go. Here's your bed. Here you go. The other bed was too close to her sister. Why don't you lay down, kiddo? Yeah, lay down. Ay, ay, ay. Bill Murray, yeah. Ghostbusters 2. I got the reference. I got the reference. Alright. Couple of inserts in here. Is that carriage? Yeah, this is one place where I think this is a little... Zal might be a little funky for me. Oh, no, no. Yeah, I don't know if I need these inserts in here. I'm going to put them in anyway, but I don't know if I need them. On the back side of the Zal extruder carriage. Maybe I'll use them for like a gland mount, a cable gland mount, I don't know. So I think with the carriage that I'm using, they won't be necessary. I think. Okay. Now we've got... I think we got all the inserts in here. One there. Boom, boom, boom. Got the inserts in this top. The extruder mounts to that. All right. Are there extra? No, this doesn't have heat press. No. How does this mount? This just mounts to the carriage and it floats independent with one single screw into there. Such a weird looking... It looks like a robot with a, like, open mouth. Yeah. Anyway, don't mind me. Kind of looks like a Cylon. Okay. I'm glad to see your well put together studio with a messy desk during a build. It's got to be that way, right? It's also messy center section here where the parts are piled up. It always happens. You are not alone. There's no changing it. No changing it. Okay. I can put the extruder to the extruder mount. I don't know what size screws I need for this. I'm going to assume 3x8s. Gonna assume 3x8s. Neopixels to make it look Cylon build. Cylon red or whatever, yeah. I am putting Neopixels on the ducts, but not on the... Only two, not the third one for the, like, forehead light or whatever on the Zal. I didn't really care about that. Why is that not going in there? Pretty sure these are M3 screwed threads. Yeah. The VZ Hextrudort has M3 screw size. But the holes in this... Alright, they're M3 size there, but the underside of them, they're like polygonal, and they're not really sized right, it seems like. I guess that's what I get for using a beta toolhead. It's probably been updated since I printed these parts, I bet. Probably been updated since I printed these parts. Yeah, if I really push, it'll slide through there. If I really push, it'll slide through. Alright. M3x8 looks right. Getting low on M3x8s. There we go. Okay. Put a little Loctite on these. That side, the Bowden pass-through hole looks a little small too. Try sticking a little. Yep. It's awful small. I wonder if this part's over extruded. I don't know why it would be. Everything else I print, it was printed on my 2.4. But it is definitely tight. I'm going to drill it out quick. Probably just needs a quick cleanup. Start with an a 4mm screw. Drill bit. 4mm drill bit. Yep. Just a little funky. Alright. Does the Bowden slip through? PTFE hole was tight on mine too. Oh, good. Good I'm not the only one. Now it's good. Now it's good. Okay. Put a dab of Loctite on these since they won't be accessible later. And then the extruder can go on. All right. There's our VZ extruder on that mount. Now I could put the hot end back into this, I believe. I swore I just heard one of the cats call, but 2 out of the 3 are here. Why are you up so early? For a European stream. Europeans requested an earlier stream today, so, and I wanted to get in before Steve. The M2s were awfully tight on your, or loose on yours. They pulled out pretty easy. Okay, I'm just about to install those, so I'll find out. I printed this like a month or 2 ago, so it's probably been updated. I know when I looked this morning, there were some updates like this week. Yeah. M2. I believe this is M2 size. Did my kit from Fabrico come with the M2s for this? I don't see them. Almost a year. Okay. Oop, oop. Came with standoffs, M3x6. Why'd it come with pins? What are the pins for on Zoll? M3 hex nuts, don't need those. I don't think it came with the M2s I need for the the support bones. Belt clamp. Right. I don't need those either. But it didn't come with the bone support screws. I have M2s somewhere, but I'm gonna have to dig them out. Came with M2x10, but those aren't long enough for the supports. They gotta be what, M2x30? Let me look. Yeah, M2x30. I have them somewhere, but they did not come in this kit. Looks like Fabrico needs to update that kit. I don't have to drop Hector a message. Wish those kits came with a piano box. Yeah. Some of the Fabrico kits do, but not this one. Another Voron Zero kit comes in one. Okay. Oh, I'm forgetting more M2 inserts in the face piece. M2? Or are they 2.5? Those look like 2.5. M2 by 30s are optional but recommended, yeah. I want to put those in, I think, make it a little more rigid. I guess these are M2. Looks it. M2.5 on the face. The instructions on the Zoll toolhead assembly say M2 currently. And it looks like this M2 insert I have here will fit. My hardware kit didn't come with M2. It came with 2.5. Yeah, no, 2.5 is too big. Luckily I have this stuff. Luckily I keep all this stuff here. It's not really Hector's fault. Like, when kits are in beta and they're updating all the time, it's hard for them to stock components for stuff. I get that. You know, they stock and before things happen, before they even get them in inventory, you know, they're freaking updating. It's the problem with beta stuff, unfortunately. And I just dropped an M2.5 or a 2. I am so shaky today. All right. Yeah, M2 is definitely fitting in here nicely. So, whatever the case is, M2 seems to be the right size for these. Must have updated something. Too much monster. Actually, I've barely had any of this so far. That's the problem. Too little monster. That's the problem. Okay. Inserts are in that. I'm going to put a couple into the back of this for the dog bones. Will I build a... Stealth press is stealthy, I can't even see it. I've got a VLMP kit that Adam sent me. The vector kit. I've just got to put it together, and I keep working on printers and not putting it together. Will I build a tool changer? Not stealth changer. I don't think I'll build stealth changer. I really need to move away from Vorons. That's all I build lately, and that needs to change. Maybe a black box. I would like to build a tool changer. I would, but not stealth changer. Do you think upgrading to a Mercury 1 for the Core XY alone is worth it? I'm already running new electronics, new tool heads, so not sure if the Core XY is worth it. Yes. The Mercury 1 is such a capable machine. Build a rat rig tool changer. They have beta kits released recently. Really? I was unaware of that. I knew they had IDEX, and I was really interested in building one of their IDEX machines. But yes, Mercury 1 for the Core XY, 100% worth it. 100% worth it. My Mercury 1 is a more capable, like, acceleration machine than my 2.4 is currently. Like, it is capable of going faster than my more so than my Voron 2.4 currently. So yes, I 100% think that is worth it. 100%, especially on the Plus. Yeah, like mine's an Ender 5 Plus, and I can run so much faster than I ever could with the stock kinematic setup. With my Mercury 1 than I could with the stock setup. So I think it's definitely worth it. All right. Hot end. How is the Merc 1 Merc 1 faster? Stronger motors. It's got higher torque motors in it right now. And I guess just the mechanical system seems to be... my 2.4 needs work. It needs an overhaul. We'll be getting to that at some point. But yeah. Oh, you meant the IDEX. Yes. I know Rat Rig has IDEX. I was looking... I really wanted to build a 500 IDEX Rat Rig. We'll see. I don't know. We'll see. Have I had any problem with them breaking? My front towers on my Merc 1. No, but remember, my Merc 1 front towers are different than the stock ones. Mine are gusseted, where the stock ones are like an L shape. Mine are like angled. I did it mostly for looks, but I also kind of figured it would provide a little more strength, so... Where is yours broken? Has yours broken? I wasn't originally intending to release those parts, but I think I will now. I want to work on getting those parts all released now that Merc 1.1 is out of beta. Your stock ones have been fine. Okay, Alright, so this attaches to here with an M3 by 8. Let's use one of these M3 by 8s for now. No, they're not. Nope, not using that. Middle of the tower. Might be over-tightening belts. That would be my guess as well. Belt tightening would be my guess. Alright, I'm gonna put these away. The big clearance is unnecessary. I modded them a bit. Yeah, I closed up the gap. I closed up the gap in the clearance. I brought it tighter from top and bottom and a little tighter forward and back. It was excessive to me as well. Good afternoon. We're back again. Welcome. Okay, I want the M3s from this. I need the M3s from the... Done with the Kinematic kit for now. I need the M3 screws from this. Where's my fan? There it is. My hot end fan. A little Sunon that I got. A little Sunon fan I picked up. Yeah, in fact... Does this come with any M2.5 screws now that I'm looking at this? Not really. Yeah, this... I'm sorry, Fabrico. This hot... I bought this kit. I didn't get this sent to me from Fabrico. Oh, no, there are a couple of M2.5 by 16s. This kit needs a little help. I think. Where's the other piece here? I feel like I'm missing a piece to the face plate. Just the fan? It's just the fan. Okay. Okay. Oh, that's what I'm missing. There's a couple of... No? Why does that seem backwards? It's backwards because I'm putting it in backwards. Duh. There's a faceplate missing here. I don't know where the heck the faceplate is. I don't have all the... Oh, no I do. It's right here. Da-da-da. I have printed it. I'm screwing myself up. What does this piece get for inserts? M2s as well. These look like M2.5 holes. Yeah, these are M2.5 holes. At least two of them are. This is confusing. And then the bottom ones look like they might be 2. Ay, ay, ay. Zol, zol, zol. Y'all are not making this easy. There's too many different screw sizes and types on the Zol, I'm finding out real quick. Should really standardize to like all 2.5 or all 2 or something. Alright. Is that supposed to be 2.5 or 2? That's 2.5. Okay. But these lower ones seem small. Seems like these need to be M2. Yeah, these are way small. Hole sizes. I have a feeling I'm going to be remixing this all pretty heavily for my own tastes. Now that I'm putting it together, I'm seeing the deficiencies that I'm not fond of. For right now, I'm just going to put it together. But I understand it's a lot of things to package. Like, I don't blame them. There's a lot of things they're trying to package into here, so I get it. Okay. A couple more inserts in place. I think that was it. Now the fan goes in here. Little Sunon maglev fan that I got for this goes in there. Well, that's not lining up right. What the heck? When the fan lines up, the heat inserts are above. I don't know if you can see this. Probably not. So when the fan's lined up with the mounting holes, the heat insert for the side is up past. Is it supposed to be the other way? Kinda, maybe? Still see, no. No, it's this way. I am confused. Why are you like this? Alright. Yeah, that is just how it is. So this is wrong. Maybe there's like 2 revisions worth of parts here, like something got updated in between and I didn't realize it. But this is not lining up properly. Let me put a couple screws in it to make sure I'm getting everything lined up, and then I'm gonna have to call this, as I'm gonna have to figure out what's messed up and or redo a handful of part designs. Yep, that's lined up just right. Come on, get in place. That heat press insert just tear free? Kind of feels like it did. Jeez. Shrink rate for different materials? It won't be that. This is massive. They're all ASA. These are all the same ASA material. This is This is a massive difference. Double T, welcome! Yeah, this is a massive difference. Let me get a closer view of this so you can see what I'm talking about. So the fan is screwed in where it's supposed to line up. Fan's screwed in, but then that insert is above this screw point. So that's just not right. It's off on both sides. So it's not like I put in an insert wrong, it's just wrong. Sorry, folks. I swore I swapped cameras, didn't I? All right, let me show again. Okay. Trying again here. So the fan is screwed in. Those 4 holes are aligned properly. Those 4 holes are aligned properly, but then this heat press insert here is not lined up with that hole. So screw won't go in through there to where it's supposed to go. And it's that way on both sides. It's just wrong. Like, there's 4 screws lined up on this fan housing. This one and this one look like they're probably right, but that one's not. So. Sorry, Donald. Ugh. I dropped the extruder then. Oops. So, alright, that's as far as this all's going for right now, because it's just not right. Upside down, no, because the this fan part fits into a specific shape on here. I tried flipping it over too, and it didn't make a difference. But there's like a V that this fan housing part fits into on the main body, and that's lined up. So something's misaligned. For a first-time printer builder, would you recommend a Voron or a Mercury? Voron. 110% of Voron. I really like the Mercury, but the instructions have gotten a lot better. The parts availability is still okay, but not amazing. That mount is not for that. That's a slicer wouldn't even cause that. Yeah. So either I printed the wrong component or something got updated and they didn't update the part or something. I don't know. I'm going to have to dive in and figure it out. So, I'm going to have to dive into CAD. Yeah, the Merc documentation is a lot better than it was. The Mercury documentation is so much better than it was. I still feel like the support for the Voron, both through the community and through the existing instructions and the guides that are out there and the parts kits that are available, it's just better. So I would recommend a Mercury as like a second build, not a first. What's wrong, Nuno? The side part cooling screws don't line up. You could go back a little bit and see. I showed when the when the fan is bolted onto the housing, so everything's lined up and the holes are lined up, but the holes for the part cooling in the side are like totally not in the right location. They're just not. So something is wrong with the printed part. One of these printed parts is just wrong. So I'm gonna have to figure out well, definitely reprint some parts. But for right now, that's where we're gonna have to call it, I do believe. It's about where I wanted to end anyway. I wanted to be wrapped up by 12:30. 30 minutes from now, Steve is going live. Steve Builds will be live at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 11 his time, I believe. So, yeah. 30 minutes, you all can hang out and check out Steve's stream when he goes live. But I'm going to have to call it here because I got to go figure out what's wrong with this. When's your next stream? I don't know. You look at the Zoll instructions. Yeah, I'm looking at them right now. The Zoll... These instructions are all over the place. Well, see, there's a point too. The Zoll instructions that I have don't show those heat press inserts at all. No, they do. They do. It must be the wrong part. I must have printed the wrong part. I swore I printed the right part, but I must have. It's this rear LED housing. Boop. So it's this rear LED housing right here. That is, what's happening is these top heat press inserts right here are not lining up on my machine, or on my tool head. They should line up with these screws right here, and they're just not. When the fan screws go in, those screws don't fit. So, like that screw right there should fit, and it doesn't. Alright, I'm just going to have to reprint parts. And figure out where the mistake lies. Infinity mirror, yeah. Got a bit easier to build a VZ bot with the mellow kits. Yeah, I believe that. So, alright, folks. I think that's where we're going to... I know that's where we're going to call it for now. I'll go hang out with my kids as they're hanging out in here, bored with me. Looking at me bored. And, dive into some CAD work, I guess, today. That's what I consider relaxing, isn't it? Kind of is. I enjoy it, so. These instructions are very lacking. Good to know. Toodles. Alright, folks, thank you for a very wonderful stream. I was worried at the start, like we didn't have that many folks, but I think this is our best viewed stream of the week so far. Or at least most concurrent viewers. So thank you all for being here, joining in with the earlier Sunday stream. I appreciate it. Yeah, I think we peaked at like 140 viewers, concurrent viewers, so thank you, folks. Drop a stream a like, please do consider that. And, I mean, I'm working with a lack of instructions as I'm using a lot of different mods on this, so thank you all for being here, and subscribe if you're not already to the Mandic Labs channel. We'll be back. I don't know if I'm going to stream tomorrow. I want to get the house cleaned up before Ruby comes home. I want to do a good top to bottom clean, so I might not have the energy to stream tomorrow. If I can muster it up, maybe tomorrow afternoon, my time. So, don't know. Alright, folks, thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Good seeing you all. Good having everybody here. A wonderful chat, a wonderful stream. Our star of the show, Jean, stepping in when I needed to step away from the camera, so thank you to her. And I will catch you all in the next one. See ya, folks. Like she knows the camera's on her.